Hello, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine. Now, hope the screen is visible to you.
Yes, sir.
In the previous class, we were discussing about this data warehouse, a building blocks or components of a data warehouse or the building blocks of a data warehouse. Which are those? First one is source data, second one is data stacking, third one is data storage, and from there metadata and information delivery system. Above all these things, we are having management and control. Above all these things, we are having management and control system. In the previous class, we discussed about these things also regarding a source data, which are the various sources from where we are getting the data. Which are the various sources from where we are getting the data. One is a external source, a production, a internal, and archived. From these sources we are getting the data. We are getting a data. Okay, see, this all we discussed in the previous class. Now we are having this data stacking component. Which component? A data stacking component. What is this data stacking component? See, once we receive all the data over here, okay, from this, let me choose pen. See, once we receive the data from the data sources, you are able to see it on the screen at the left side, and from there you will going to keep all those data into data stacking. Okay, next is from data sources, all the data whatever you have collected, okay, a current data, a real time data which is collected from the data source is stored into the data stacking. Then what is this data stacking? After you have extracted the data from the various operational systems and from external sources, you have to prepare the data for storing in the data warehouse. Now I have collected. In the previous example I have told, okay, we are having a 10 branches of Big Bazaar, okay, in different cities. Each day the data is collected. If you want to make any transaction in any of the branch, okay, if any product is purchased or sold, okay, that transaction will be stored in its database. Okay, that database is called as a source database. Got it? Now you need to prepare. Okay, this all the data which is collected in all the 10 branches has to be stored in a data warehouse. We have to be prepared how that data will be transferred into data warehouse. For that we have to be prepared. Got it? So external sources, you have to prepare the data for storing in the data warehouse. The extracted data coming from the several disparate sources like archives data from external sources, from files, etc. Okay, we have to be stored all those data into the data warehouse. These extracted data coming from the several disparate sources, because all the branches are placed in a different 10 cities. Okay, they are disappointed data. Those needs to be stored in a single place It is called as a data warehouse. Okay, this before you need to change or before you need to store it into that needs to be changed, because you need to be transferred from one format into another format which is supported by data warehouse. That is need to be converted, and we have to made it ready in the format that is suitable for the data warehouse. What it? Three major functions need to be performed. How many? Three major functions need to be performed for prepared for getting the data ready for storage. What these three functions? First, we need to extract the data from the source database, and we need to transfer them. Transfer them means, extracting means getting the data from the source, and transfer in the sense the format which currently it is having and the format which the support which the data warehouse is supporting. Okay, you need, because that from first source where having the data format is different, from the second database source where having the different format, so we need to make them a single format. Okay, for that we need to transfer them, extract, transfer, and then load. Once you transfer all the things, then you must be ready to load into the data warehouse storage. So which are those three functions? Three functions are extraction from the source, then transformation. Transformation means from different data sources you have extracted the data, that data should be of same format. Okay, you need to convert the data of different format into the format which is supported by data warehouse. Okay, that is transformation and preparation for the loading. And once it is formatted, once it is transferred from one format into another format, then it has to be loaded into a data warehouse. So these three functions, which are those? One is, where is the cursor? One is extraction, the second one is transformation, and preparation for the loading. These are the three functions which is supported by this data staging component. This data staging component. Data staging provides a place, so you will be having some place and an area with a set of functions. Okay, see here now. Now what is this data staging? Where is this cursor? Just a minute. Okay, let me choose this. Okay, let me take different color so I'm able to see it. Okay, now see here now. This is the data staging. Okay, this is the data staging. It is a place. Okay, what is this? It provides a place for data storage with the area for data cleaning. Okay, see here now. This data stacking provides a place, okay, and area with a set of functions. What it will do? It will give you the space and the area for set of functions. What are those functions? It provides a place for cleaning. It provides a place for changing. It provides a place for combining and convert and duplicate and prepare for the source. See here now, all these things can be done at that a data stacking component. All these things can be done at the data stacking component. What is this? It is a place. The data stacking provides a place and area with a set of functions. Which are those functions? It is a function for cleaning. It is a function for changing. Okay, from one into another form, and for combining. Combining means if you want to combine two datas. Okay, if you want to convert data into text into that. Okay, for one form into another form, and you can have a duplicate values. If I need a same table twice, so that can also be done. All these things are the functions which are there in the data stacking. Got it? Though data stacking, data for storage and use in the data warehouse. Now, the three major components that takes place in the data stacking are data extraction, data transformation, and data loading. These are the three major components. These are the three major functions, okay, which is supported by data component. Okay, that takes place. What takes place in data stacking? Three major components, three major functions which takes place in the data stacking. One is data extraction, data transformation, and data loading. Okay, these three. From where the data will be extracted? From the source data sources. Okay, which you have studied in this. Okay, from there it will, see here now. From these things, it will going to extract the data. It will going to extract the data. Then what next? It will going to transfer. See something, date, where it is. Okay, now the date format for this external data is different. The date format for this is different. The date format for this is different. The date format which is stored here is different. The date format which is stored is here different. Suppose all these things are stored a data, particular date only, but in the different format. But all these things should be transferred into a single format. Okay, that is also takes place in this data stacking. Hope it is understood. Then once it is transferred and once everything is ready over here in the data stacking, that needs to be loaded into storage, data storage. That needs to be loaded into data storage. Hope you understood. Then this is a data storage component. Next we are moving to from data stacking into data storage component. Okay, here what happens in the data just a minute. The data storage component, the operational system of your enterprise supports a day-to-day operations, which is that a data source data. These are online transaction processing applications, OLTPs. We are calling them as OLTPs, online transaction processing applications. Then the data repositories for the operational systems typically contain the current data. As I told, there are 10 different branches of Big Bazaar in 10 different cities. Okay, whatever the transactions the customer will going to do, that will be stored in the database of that. Okay, that is called as a current data. That is called as a current data. If I purchased a garments, so that will be there. If I purchased a grocery from the Big Bazaar, that will be stored in that Big Bazaar current data, as a treated as a current data. If I purchased some other thing, okay, that also it is there at as a current data. Then in the data warehouse, because there are two types of databases. One is where current data will be there, and in the warehouse the historical data will be there, fast data will be there, which keeps a data warehouse, which keeps the data in the data warehouse in a structures suitable for the analysis. See here now, the data format which is there in the source data is suitable for the daily transactions. The data which is stored in a data warehouse which is suitable for the analysis of the database, which is suitable for analysis purpose, getting the report purpose, got it, and not for quick retrieval and individual pieces of information. Here in the data warehouse you store the data. Okay, how that structure will be there? That structure is meant for analysis, not for accessing the information, not for quick transformation from extracting the information or piece of information. Only I need a information of the pen. No, you can't get it. Only I need a information of a particular date. No, but in the day operational database, what happens? The database is structured in such a way that easily I can extract the information of data of the particular date, particular item, particular, you can delete or you can modify. Got it? But not the same thing happens in the data warehouse, right? So therefore the data storage for the data warehouse is kept separate from the data storage for operational systems. Hence this data warehouse is a different place. It is a space. See, assume that it is a data warehouse. Here it is there, data warehouse is there. Okay, then you are having the source data are here, these things are for daily transaction purpose. Here this is meant for a what? This is meant for historical data, okay, which is suitable for getting the reports, analysis purpose. These are there, these source data are there for the sake of quick retrieval, quick modification, quick storage purpose, but not in the this. This will support OLAP, online analytical processing. This will support OLTP. OLTP means online transaction processing. Hope it is clear. So in data warehouse again we will be having the data marts, multidimensional DBs, okay, metadata will be there. All these things come under this data warehouse. Okay, so where you are getting the data from data warehouse? From the data stacking. What is that data stacking? Data stacking is the place, it provides the place for storing and for cleaning, for transferring, better you can extracting, transforming and loading. Okay, from where this data stacking will get the data? It will get the data from the source data. Okay, hope up to this much is covered now. Okay, now we covered data sources, we covered data stacking and we covered data storage. Now we'll move to next component. See here now. See, in the data warehouse, data will be transferred. The data will be transferred once in a year in some applications, a quarterly refresh or monthly refresh or daily refresh or a base data load, etc. Okay, see, these are all the data sources. From these data sources, suppose this thing called what do you call it as a census. In Kannada it is called as a Janaganati. Okay, once in a 5 year, once in a 3 years, once in a year, they'll go to do it, right? Okay, once they do it, from there, every year it is not transferred from their databases to the warehouse. Okay, once in a year, they'll go to transfer from source data into this. Okay, some data will be transferred from source data into data warehouse once in 3 months or half yearly. Some data will be transferred from data source to data warehouse once in a month. Okay, from some data will be transferred at daily basis. At the end of the day, we are transferring from data in from data sources to a data warehouse, and some base data is loaded. Okay, base data is loaded at every time. See, this is what how the data will be transferred from data sources to a data warehouse. In between, we are having a data stacking. Here, in between source data and the data warehouse, we are having a data stacking. Got it? Which helps to extract the data from the data source and transform it into a single format and load it into data warehouse. Okay. Now, okay. There are some data sources. From these data sources, we have extracted the data, we transform the data, and we have loaded into data warehouse. Now, the complete data, historical data, it is there at the data warehouse. We need to extract the information. We need to see the data. Okay, what is an entire year's a transaction? Okay, which product is sold most? Okay, which is under loss? Okay, which employee is working? Okay, how many days he has taken the leaves? all these things, information, knowledge, okay, can be extracted because we have dumped huge amount of data at one place. Got it? So we need to extract some information. So for that we are having the information delivery component. We are having a information delivery component. From where we are getting the information? From the data warehouse. Okay, from the data warehouse we are having data. That data is extracted in the form of information. Extracted in the form of information. So that information could be in the form of reports, in the form of queries, okay, in the form of analysis, a statistical analysis, or in the form of graphics, or in the form of data mining as a tool. Okay, we apply any of the tool to extract the information from knowledge from the data warehouse. We extract the things from the data warehouse. Now, who are the users that needs information from the data warehouse? The range is a fairly comprehensive. The novice user comes to the data warehouse with no training and therefore needs a practical reports and present a queries in the form of, see here now, the end users who can store all the information or who can use the data, what is that, daily data sources, like how many people are going to big bazaars daily. Okay, there are thousands of people. If you take all the branches, there are thousands of people daily they are visiting a big bazaars. They're all their information is getting stored, their data is getting stored in the data warehouse, daily transactions, as a daily transactions in their source data. Now all their information, all their data is come and sit in the data warehouse. See, daily 10,000. If you take 1 year's data, 10,000 into 100, 365. Okay, that much of data is there in the data warehouse. Now we need to present it. I want to know, okay, is there anybody person or among those 365 into 10,000 data, thousands of data, okay, so who purchased more, who has spent more, I need that information. On which date he purchased, what was the occasion, all that kind of information. So see here now, from these, where these things are extracted from the data warehouse, which are the tools he is going to apply. Okay, the tools which he can is a data mining tool. Data mining, it is a tool for extracting the information. OLAP, as I told, OLAP means online analytical processing. This tool is used for analysis. Got it? To extract the information or reports, various kinds of reports, report in the form of table, report in the form of graphs. Okay, various reports can be generated, or you can have a complex queries to extract the information. Okay, with all these things you can extract the data. You can extract the information, not the data. You can extract the information. These are all called information delivery systems. Which are those? These are the various information delivery systems. Got it? Now we are having, next one is a metadata. metadata as a component, okay, which is the last component. Here it is there, see here now, where it is here in the data warehouse we are having, this is the metadata component. What is there in the metadata component? See here now, in the morning we studied in the database management system about the schemas, about the schema. Schema is nothing but the description of the table. Schema is nothing but the description of the table. Those descriptions are stored in the metadata. See, whenever you want to extract any information, first we need to go for what? Metadata, and from there it will go to check whether that data is available in the database or not. Okay, if it is available, then the next it will go to data warehouse and extract the information. If that data is not available in that metadata itself, then nowhere it will not be there in the data warehouse. Then it will not go to that data warehouse. Example I will tell you. Okay, so let me have a small table here. Let me have a small table over here. See, this, assume that this is the student database. Okay, this is the student database. Now in this is the schema of the student. Okay, this is the schema of student. In this schema, here university seat number will be there, name will be there, and last name will be there, and place will be there, and grade will be there. This is the structure of the student database. Okay, this structure is stored in the metadata. It will be there in the data. Whenever you create or design the database, okay, those structures, those schemas will be there in the metadata. Got it? Now, see here now. Now I am going to enter some data into this. University seat number 1, name is X, okay, then last name is Y, then play address is this, and grade is this. Like this I am going to enter 10,000 students. Like this I am going to enter 10,000 students. These all 10,000 students information along with that schema is there in the data warehouse. See here now. What is there in that metadata? Only description. Here, along with the description, the data is also there. Got it? 10,000 students information is also there. Now, only a table structure is there in the metadata, but in data warehouse, all 10,000 students values are also there. Information is also there in that warehouse. Now, I want to extract the information regarding a student, the student names and date of birth. I want to extract the student name and date of birth, or I want to extract the student names who born on February 29th. I want to, among the 10,000 student, I want to extract the information of the student name who born on 29th of February. Okay, but date of birth is required for that. Okay, now what I wanted to extract, the name who is born on 29th February. So for that you need to have date of birth in your table schema, table structure. But here it is the university seat number, then name, first name, last name, and address and grade. But there is no date of birth here. Then what it will do? Instead of searching 10,000 students information for a date of birth, what it will do? So the whatever the query you are applying, that will go into this a schema, and it will check it, okay, whether that date of birth field is there or not. If it is not there, then it will display the message. It is not possible to extract the information of the name of the student who born on 29th of Feb. Why? Because date field is not there in your table, which is not stored. Got it? Instead of searching for 10,000 student, directly it will go to data metadata and search for it, search for the table structure and give the result. If suppose that date of birth field is there in this schema, then only it will go to this data warehouse or a database and extract the information. Hope it is clear? Understood? All of you? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, see, metadata in the data warehouse is similar to the data dictionary or data catalog in a database management system. Okay, so in database management system also we are going to study about this metadata in detail. Okay, in later classes. Okay, it is like a data dictionary. Okay, in the dictionary what you will going to do, or for, in textbooks and all those things, if you want to search for a particular book, this thing, then you will search for a particular topic, then you will go to search for the index, then if it is there, then you will go to particular page number, otherwise you will not go to this. So it is acted as a metadata. So in the data dictionary you keep the information about the logical data structures. Logical data structure in the sense a name and its type and etc. Got it? The information about the files and addresses, the information about the indexes means a path for extraction. The dictionary contains the data about the data. Okay, this is a metadata is having the data about the data which is there in the data warehouse. Metadata component is the data about the data in the data warehouse. This definition is commonly used definition, okay, which is used to data about the data. Whenever you call ask what is metadata, it is the data about the data. What is that data about the data? You need to explain it like this. We need to elaborate on this definition. Metadata in the data warehouse is similar to data dictionary, but much more than data dictionary. Okay, it does much more than the data dictionary. That all we will going to discuss in the later. Okay, we'll delve more time for this in the later classes. Got it? So this is all about the information system and metadata. Then above all these components, we are having one more component that is called as management and control. This component, we are having this component. What is this management and control component? See, we have seen the component called as source data, we have seen the component called data stacking, we have seen the component called data storage, okay, we have seen the component called information delivery system, okay, we have seen the another component called metadata. Then above all these things, above all this source data, data stacking, data storage, metadata and information delivery system, we are having one more component. That component is called as management and control. This component of the data warehouse architecture sits on top of the other components. The management and control component coordinates the services and the activities within the data warehouse. What it will do? It will coordinate all the services and what are all the activities done at this in various components in the data warehouse. See, this management and control component will sit on top of all these and it will see the services and activities done at that other components in the data warehouse. These components controls the data transformation and data transfer into the data warehouse storage. See here now, it controls data transformation from data storage into data warehouses. Okay, whether it is full or if it is not cleaned or if it is not formatted, if it is loading, okay, if at all any error occurs, all these things will be controlled by this control and management component. It works with a database management system and enables the data to be properly stored in the repositories, properly stored in these databases places. It monitors the movement of data into the data staging area and from there into data warehouses storage itself. It observes all the things, all the activities which are done at this thing. The management and control component interacts with the metadata component to perform the management and control functions. Okay, it frequently contact with the metadata for various things. These are all the various components. These are all the various components which are carried. These components are also called as building blocks. These components are also called as building blocks of the data warehouse. Hope these things, it is very important with respect to examination. Hope all these things are understood clearly. I hope. Is there any doubts over here? Please let me know.
No, sir. No doubts.
No doubt, because almost we spent 2 hours for this. Got it? So if you are having any doubts, please let me know. Sumaya,
No, sir.
no doubt. Soumya,
No, sir.
no doubt. Kiran,
No, sir.
Sujit, no. Riya, no doubt. Okay, good. Okay, so this is all about building blocks of data warehouses. Okay, with another concept we'll go to discuss it in the next class. Okay, and 3 o'clock all of you join. 3 o'clock Lena is left. She has not joined for the sake of preparation of seminar. Okay, see, every day almost you will be, one or the other students will be having a seminars, because we need to give more importance for seminars and assignments. Okay, so see here now, I'll be giving assignment questions, and I means all the staff members will be giving the assignments for you people. Okay, you have to start writing all those questions and keep with you as a separate assignments in what is that, sheets. Okay, in a separate sheets, or make a one for one subject, you make a 200 king size notebook, because now you cannot get it in the college store. Got it? So make a separate notebooks for writing the assignments. We will be giving you the assignment questions. You have to ready with those assignments. Whenever you get a chance to visit the campus, that time you should come and submit all those things, get the signatures and etc. All the formalities should be done. Got it? So